Hello, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of Kaiju Conversation, our new podcast that will hopefully continue for a long run. But I am your host, Aztec Productions, and I am joined by my co-host, Justus, right here,
Hello.
and we have our special guest, Samson West,
Hey everybody, how's it going?
and ET13 Productions.
T's in the house.
A little quiet. We just still hear him, but we got Raiju Kaiju Productions also here. However, he will be typing, so I will be reading everything he says. But we have some interesting topics to tackle today. We are going to start off with something that is very recent, of course, and something that I watched. That was the trailer that just dropped. So, very, I've been waiting, all day for it. Dropped kind of late for me, but still worth it. What do you guys think?
You got exactly what you wanted. I know that.
Yeah, I know. I did a live stream and I said, if there's something I really want, it's the trailer to close with a shot of Godzilla and Ghidorah colliding with each other, and I got exactly that. So,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you guys wanted to see that came out, starting with Justus, not to get all mixed up?
I wanted to see the whole entire movie, but I didn't get what I wanted.
I think it's great that they didn't show the whole entire movie, to be honest. I think it's the whole point of the trailer.
they would one up Infinity War by, instead of like doing it a week early, they would do it what? How many months would that be?
For what?
For like, if they did it on the same day as trailer 2, if they released it on the date of trailer 2.
Oh, for Endgame, Avengers?
No, the King of the Monsters.
They released it the same day as trailer 2. Like the movie?
Yeah.
Oh. That'd be pleasant.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get at, yeah.
Raiju says, I was very surprised to see the new Kaiju. And that's another cool part. We got new creatures in this, so that's very cool. And Samson, anything that you wanted to see that you got?
Okay, so I, for one, was very pissed off at the fact that Mothra looked nothing like a moth. He looked more like Waspra, and I was not happy. No, all right, so, dude, I was blown away by the new trailer. I thought, like, just like everybody thought when we got the reveals from Tokyo Comic-Con of the SH Monster Arts figures, where we got to actually see like the full designs of each of the monsters. I thought they were beautifully designed. They have their own unique look for the Americanized way of making them look. And I predicted from the start, like I knew, like before, like once the movie was even announced, I was like, you know what? I think they're gonna make Ghidorah look just like the dragons from Reign of Fire with Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey. Remember that movie back in 2002?
You told me
pretty
about
sure that's
that.
the year.
Yeah, you told
Pretty
me
sure
about
that's the
that.
year.
Yeah, that the movie Reign of Fire, like it was a very American / Europeanized look to the way that like American cinema makes dragons look. And of course they had a very smog look from whatever you call it, Hobbit, something stupid movie. But dude, I mean, I'm really excited about the designs. I think that everything looks really, they all look beautiful. I'm really excited. People were kind of griping about the look of Mothra at first because when they saw the SH Monster Arts figure, because that was like the only thing that we saw. That was like the only way that we could see the design. They all thought that she looked very insectoid looking, which was like, well, you know, there are some moths in Africa that actually have more of a quote unquote wasp look to them. So I felt like that was like the way that America was trying to make their design go. And
Plus,
once people saw the new trailer, they accepted it immediately. It was ridiculous. It was like, oh, they saw the trailer. Oh no, it's cool. Like, well, Waspra, we're okay with that. It's all good, man.
yeah, no, that's the thing. Interesting thing was, and I know I pointed this out, and I know a lot of people, some people, not on here, but were kind of skeptic on what I was trying to say. But here, I think I still have the image that I'm talking about right now. Let me just pull it up. Anyways, it's a shot to clarify. Here it is. It's a shot of Mothra, and to me, that does not look like the SH Monster Arts. If you go on general on this Discord right here.
I'm sorry if I already used vulgarities. I can't even remember if I already started.
Yeah.
It's part of my common language. So, but anyway, I will try my very best not to do so.
But I put 2 photos right here. These monsters to me look nothing alike. I mean, the one on the top looks very classic, while the one on the bottom.
Aztec, you're being like your mic is a little bit.
I was about to say, whoever was just talking, it was very, 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 very low.
It's muffled.
The thing is, I got no mic.
You're still muffled.
Yeah.
I'll tell you when you're good.
Good?
Yeah, you're good now.
Oh, there we go. Now you sound excellent.
But I put 2 photos on general, and there are 2 different Mothras. One on the bottom is the SH Monster Arts, and it's got the new kind of design, orange kind of skin or fur, whatever that is. And the top one has the classic white and brown fur, but it's all blue. So 2 different Mothras possibly. She evolves. I don't know what. People aren't really talking about this as much.
I think it's going to be like a Rebirth of Mothra situation where she changes halfway through the movie.
Yeah, that's what many people are thinking.
That's interesting for me to hear because me as a collector, I am completely and unaware of anything to do with the Rebirth of Mothra series. I've never, ever seen any of those movies. I've never seen the Mothra versus technically Ghidorah series.
That's Ghidorah, yeah.
Well, she faces different Ghidorahs. I know she faces Death Ghidorah. She faces Cretaceous Ghidorah, and then we have like the final, like the one of the most amazing Bandai figures of all time, Grand Ghidorah. But that is not something that I own because it's not Godzilla related. So, but
wait, why do you not? If you like it, why don't you own it?
I'm very picky about the way that I collect. Like, Godzilla is my main way of collecting. So it's always been that way. I mean, of course, I like the way that that Ghidorah looks, but it's not related to Godzilla in particular. So it's not something that I actually kind of want on my shelf. I don't know. It's kind of an OCD thing, I guess. That may sound kind of odd to you guys. That are like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain in a way, because you guys are saying like you're hearing me say, "Oh, I think the thing's cool, but I don't want it."
Aztec, your mic is like making weird noises like constantly.
That's the thing. I don't have a mic.
Wait, what?
I'm not speaking from a mic. I'm speaking like a person would speak on a telephone with someone.
Oh, you're speaking that way. That makes more sense.
Yep.
So you have like a 1990s like headset that you're like holding up to your face and being like,
No, there's like a way.
Hey man, hey, do you have that copy of this movie from Blockbuster? Okay, cool. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
But Raiju just posted something interesting that I'm not seeing.
I don't.
Oh,
see
he
it
circled
either.
it for me. But okay, so he says Orga confirmed, and he circled a blue dot basically, but that can just be anything, Raiju. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying just because it's that blue thing doesn't mean it's the blue little laser cannon on his shoulder.
Looks like
New
That's-
hashtag Rodan confirmed.
Oh, it's a spaceship. Okay, so the thing with that clip is right before you get that supposed burning Godzilla clip, you see what looks like some sort of spacecraft crashing onto a building. And maybe it was like taken down by a kaiju of some sort and it's just crash landing. But this thing to me does not look like a spacecraft. It looks like a jet.
yeah.
And it could either, if it's not a jet, then it's one of those Monarch spacecraft, not space. It's one of those Monarch aircrafts that you can see in the trailer. Like there's one you can see that's flying away from Rodan's claws in the trailer, and it's very close to catching it.
Those are you talking about the bomber?
The what?
The bomber. Well, it looks
that the
like a
name of the
bomber.
The rumored
Oh.
Super X.
It looks like a stealth bomber. Yeah.
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 And people are saying it's the new Super X, but
I don't
that could
see
just
it.
be.
It's just a stealth bomber.
Yeah.
I think. Hold on, Raiju posted a way better image of it yesterday. If I can find it, you can really see the what I think is a jet. Okay, no, it's the same.
So wait, are we in the point of the are we? I'm sorry. What part of the conversation or in the podcast are we trying to do here? Are we trying to
This is the trailer. This is the trailer.
Well, no. Okay, so I didn't know if we were each allowed to wait our turn to talk about it, or we were supposed to just go ahead and throw our input in at any random time on the trailer, because I definitely have some stuff that I would like to say regarding this new trailer, but
No,
I didn't
go
know if
ahead.
I was
You
supposed
can-
to wait my turn, or if I was supposed to just jump ahead of everybody else and be like, "Hey, Samson West here. I'm just screw you guys. I have stuff to say."
Yeah, if you want to say it just now, I mean, I just really quick to write you. That looks like a jet to me. He says
That's
it
a
looks
stealth
like
bomber.
Yeah, that's a bomber.
Well, all right. I'm going to start from the beginning of the trailer to the end, what I think. Obviously, we have Millie Bobby Brown, 11, from Stranger Things, freaking out, trying to figure out where her mom or dad is on the microphone. And you can clearly hear, if you listen very closely, you can clearly hear over the microphone, the dude saying on the other line, "We need help." Something or another, and then you can hear a cackle, which sounds exactly like Ghidorah's, like his cackle sounds like Ghidorah's cackle. That's all I can do. I'm not gonna try to mimic it because I'll sound like an idiot if I try to do it myself.
But yeah, you can also hear that at the end, like when Ghidorah is charging at Godzilla in the rain. You hear him making an.
But throughout the trailer, you can see there's the POV image from inside of what looks to be one of those stealth bombers from the trailer, and if you freeze it frame by frame, which I can do because I have a computer that can do that, you can see in the distance the clouds that are way in the distance of the POV of the stealth bomber. If you freeze it one frame at a time, it lights up. You can see Ghidorah's outline and silhouette in the clouds.
Yeah, no, he's massive. I saw that.
That is sick. And from the first trailer, the trailer that we got before this, the original trailer before this one came out, there's one where it's the same setting. I don't remember what it is, but Rodan flies in front of that same cloud. in the trailer that we see before this one. So it looks like that might be a same situation battle. Like Ghidorah and Rodan might be battling it out in front of. It kind of looks like Washington, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That is Washington, yeah.
So that might be one battle that we'll see in the movie. Who knows?
Just to predict, I think that Godzilla, and this is a really debatable topic, but I think the legendary Godzilla is pictured more as a hero in this universe. And that's really debatable. But I don't think that he matched up what that San Diego Comic-Con 2012 teaser teased him to be, which is that huge mass, it looked like he was going to be like a solo creature that was going to go on his own, wreck some stuff, and just be terrifying the whole movie. But 2014, he was more of there's other creatures out there, and now I got to stop them before they spread out. So to me, he's more of a good guy, but also a bit of he also causes destruction in his way. So it's kind of a Man of Steel situation going on. But Mothra is for sure good. She's not going to be evil. But Rodan and Ghidorah are two of the really bad guys in this movie, and that's what I think we will see them not necessarily fight each other, but team up in a way.
Oh, they definitely seem like they are going to be a menace to society. It's just a matter of fact. Ghidorah and Rodan, they're not here to do any good for us at all.
Right, because you see, like you said, if we were to layer those two clips together, Rodan is flying in Washington, and Ghidorah is out in the clouds. They're not attacking each other. They have the same idea, and that's to destroy wherever they are, Washington, like you said.
Here is one wild and wacky theory that I saw. I don't know if y'all agree with this, but I mean, like I said, I did like the frame by frame thing with the trailer. Did anybody else notice in the middle of this new trailer, there is a very small section where you can see what appears to be Godzilla. Like we now recognize the way that the new 2014 Godzilla moves and the way that his skin texture is and stuff like that.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Did everybody recognize the small scene in the new trailer where it looks like Godzilla is actually going to become Burning Godzilla?
Yeah, that's the biggest debate with that trailer right now.
Did everybody notice that small section? It's like, well, I'm because like I said, I work in video production for a living, so I recognize things like this. At the end of the movie, like I paused the movie frame by frame. That ending scene where Godzilla charges towards Ghidorah, which Godzilla fans are already griping about. They're like, why is Godzilla running? It's like, shut up. It's like, come on, man. Dude, he flew on his tail. He flew across the sky with his atomic breath. I mean, for God's sake, embodies that.
You don't even have to look at that. Just the fact that he exists is a little bit.
The mere fact that we have a 400-foot lizard that breathes atomic breath and exists in the first place. Shut up, everybody.
Would it be annoying if I said I didn't like the run?
Yes, it would. Shut up.
It just looks so weird. It just looks
I don't know. Whenever he was like grabbing at
you're a wife, you can't have nice things.
That did look a little bit weird to me, but besides that.
Right, when he was on that final shot where he's lifting his arms up, he's like blocking Ghidorah's right and left head.
No, it didn't look like that to me. It looked like he was about to like hug him. That's what it looked like to me.
All you guys that think that are the exact reason we can't have nice things.
That just looks weird. Last one he was so slow and it looked like he got his job done, but he did it in a slow pace. This one, he looked like he was mad. He looked like he was done with Ghidorah. He was ready to go at him.
It's because
but his run, man.
he's been sitting on his butt playing Red Dead Redemption 2 all day, so it's not his fault. So come on, give him a break. It didn't even come out yet, and he was still playing it.
All right, so Raiju says, to be honest, at first I thought this was going to be a remake of Rodan, Godzilla, Mothra versus Ghidorah. Oh, I'm pretty sure
you mean the original Ghidorah, the three-headed monster from 1964?
Ghidorah, three-headed monster. Yes, I have seen that. That was a great surprise. But to get back to burning Godzilla, because we got really sidetracked with Godzilla's run. That's what people are debating about. That's the biggest debate with this trailer, is whether it's Godzilla got a power up and he's now burning Godzilla, or whether Godzilla's rising from that temple, and it looks like he's surrounded by lava once he's in that temple, and he's probably getting out of there, and the lava is just surrounding him. But no, those red outlines seem to be like in the crackles in the every single crease of his skin. It looks like it's in his body. It's not flowing over him. It's in his body. That to me is burning Godzilla.
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's debatable as if that's like the biggest debatable thing, because also like the other monsters that we don't know what they are, and also that thing that's falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of didn't get done talking about because of the fact that I do video editing for a living and stuff like that. At the very end, like I froze it frame by frame. The part where Godzilla is charging, because I mean y'all all got built up. As soon as I said Godzilla runs, y'all went, "Oh my god, let's talk about that." But
best part of the trailer.
The part of the trailer, I kind of froze it frame by frame, and I've seen Hollywood do this in the past. They did it with Avengers Infinity Wars and stuff like that, where they cleverly edited things in the trailer to make it look different than it does in the actual movie. In the actual trailer, where Godzilla is charging like crazy towards Ghidorah, I mean, I froze it frame by frame and I paused it like I went click, click, click. It's something they could not actually edit out. There is a little bit of mist that you can kind of see emitting off of Godzilla. I feel like what's going to happen in this movie, Godzilla is going to be beaten by, I don't know, Ghidorah or Rodan or whatever. He's going to lose the fight. And the part in the trailer that we see where there's a human being walking up to him slowly, and Godzilla's like in the kind of volcanic looking setting, something's going to happen in that scene, and he's going to be upgraded to burning Godzilla. So the final fight in the movie is actually going to be the upgraded burning Godzilla versus Ghidorah. That's just my opinion. That's just what I think. It could be very, very wrong. But from the way that I've seen the way that things are playing out in the trailer and the things that I've seen over time,
He-Man also kind of said something like that, except for he also mentioned the fact that did you notice that Sarazawa was at that like lava temple, and the lava temple was like in the
first trailer?
Yeah.
Wait, was it the first trailer? I can't remember.
He was in the first. Yeah. He was in the first trailer, and he had a full lava suit on. So he was in that lava temple.
What people are thinking is that, D-Man is thinking that he's bringing down a nuke to set off and give Godzilla
power.
I think I
can't remember if that was D-Man or somebody else.
Yeah, that was
D-Man. I can't remember.
That was D-Man.
I read that somewhere, but I think that was from a leak that ETN read.
What if we're overthinking this? What if it's not burning Godzilla, but Godzilla has critical mass like in the Godzilla Unleashed games?
That could be another thing people were saying. They think it looks a lot like Critical Mass Godzilla.
Well, yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard the fact that like it's a quote unquote supercharged Godzilla.
And
I mean,
yeah,
I guess because this is the kind of
like to be honest,
Japan. I mean, we are so used to what Japan has done with Godzilla. It's like burning Godzilla is so burned into us as Godzilla fans. It's so burned into our society. It's like,
Get it,
man, that's one thing that can never change. It's like that's a Godzilla that can only exist once.
Yeah.
But America, we might change that and try to do it ourselves. Who knows? It may succeed. It may fail. We're just gonna have to see how. I mean, the director of this movie, God, what's his name?
Dougherty.
Is it Michael Dougherty?
Yeah, Dougherty.
Yes.
However you pronounce
Michael Dougherty. We've proven through many different conventions and like panels and stuff like that, hearing what he says, he is a true fan of the hobby. So
speaking of that, can we start a petition to have him the director of Godzilla vs. Kong and fire Adam Wingard?
Yes.
We're gonna
wait. I'm sorry. I'm a little bad. I'm a little out of this. What's the problem with Adam Wingard?
His directing skills are
questionable.
Like the movies he's made so far.
What did he do?
He did the
Death Note,
the new Blair Witch, the remake. I guess I don't know.
So is the writing staff that's on.
I thought that was okay.
So is the writing staff for King Kong.
I think he did a Netflix
that's also
movie
questionable.
He did a Netflix movie, and I think it was called Death Note. And I'm pretty sure it was based off an anime.
Oh, he did the live action Death Note. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did a horror movie called Your Next, VHS.
He did Your Next? Oh, barf. I excuse me, I freaking hated that movie.
VHS and VHS 2, The ABCs of Death.
Some parts of VHS were okay.
All right. I'm going to have to argue with you guys there. I loved VHS and VHS 2.
Yeah, I thought that some of it was okay. It wasn't.
He also did awful. The Guest.
I'm sorry. I love the VHS and VHS 2. I watched those all the time. But everything else you mentioned before, whatever. Yeah, barf, gross.
No.
Now that we're on the topic of director for Godzilla vs. Kong, I think we'll move on to our second topic, which is Godzilla vs. Kong. And just what we've gotten so far, the little teasers on Adam Wingard's Instagram. I don't know if you've seen that, but he looks like he's having fun. But will he actually take the movie seriously? That's the question.
I am not a Instagrammer, so I am totally new to anything that you guys are talking about and sharing. So I'd love to hear what you guys' opinions are, and I'd love to react to it. So go ahead.
He's had some fun with it. I mean, he looks like he's having some fun. I mean, he's posted like art. He's had the concept artists draw a couple things, like a little play on words. Like he drew Godzilla as Michael Jackson, the king of pop, and King Kong is Elvis Presley. And Elvis Presley is, I guess, just the king. So I guess that just makes sense.
Hail to the king, baby.
Yeah, but he's also
Hail to the king, baby. That's right. Elvis Presley. I'm Godzilla, king of the monsters. How you doing, everybody? That's right.
He needs to do Ash from Evil Dead.
Oh my god!
But,
this is my boomstick! Oh my god, I'm having so much fun with this.
There we are, back to Bruce Campbell, Aztec.
Speaking of Adam Wingard's Instagram, was it on Instagram he hinted at Pulsagari?
Aztec, look at the time.
I know, yeah. We gotta really quick. The thing is just to connect Godzilla 2 and Godzilla vs. Kong. We were talking earlier about burning Godzilla. And I just think that's going to be a power up because it's going to be a short power up because I don't think burning Godzilla versus Kong is going to be what we're going to see in 2020. So I just think that burning Godzilla stuff will not like stay with him. It'll just be a short power up.
Again, that supports the critical mass theory because burning Godzilla is more of a permanent thing on him.
Right. It's gonna be short power up just to defeat Ghidorah, and it's because for those who are saying,
I guess. I mean, I thought it would be a really cool way for Godzilla to have a last shebang against Ghidorah, but it seems like that would be just a minor power up.
Yeah, just a little. It won't last because if you already thought Kong was screwed, he's gonna be major screwed if he's fighting burning Godzilla.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, how could Kong beat a powered up burning Godzilla?
That's right.
You're looking at 150-foot Kong. I mean, I know. They're
gonna grow
Skull Island. That right there is Kong, but he still has time to grow. He's young. Blah 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 blah. So they mentioned that he still has quote unquote time to grow.
Right.
But how much more time? Because we never got to see what like Kong's parents looked like. We got to see that. There was that one scene in Kong Skull Island where the with John C. Reilly's character and all the people, and Samuel L. Jackson being the vengeful mother of the guy that he was. They wanted to walk through that graveyard. But we really never got a good scale of like what a true Kong would look like when they were full grown. I bet you if we like did like a detailed mathematician whatever, we could actually scale out what the skeletons of the Kongs that we saw in that graveyard would actually match up to be. But
no, we know what fully grown Kongs are. It's the same size as Godzilla.
How's that? Curiosity.
I know that this is coming from a really bad source. Well, the first. Well, hold on.
Well, it could maybe because that King Kong, that Kong Skull Island prequel comic, all those adult Kongs were just a bit higher than the skull crawlers. And I don't know if they evolved and then they eventually got bigger, but those didn't look all that big to me. And that's the problem, because if Kong's parents were not even half the size of Godzilla, how is Kong gonna grow to that full size?
And to add on,
either way, I'm really excited at the aspect of seeing like a kind of slightly grayed-haired Kong, a wiser, more mature Kong in this movie. And I'm curious to see, because obviously we saw at the end of Kong Skull Island, there was a scene where the main heroes got rescued, but at the same time, Kong peeked out behind some mountains and he stared from around the corner and he saw those oncoming helicopters coming to save the rescues from the entire situation from the movie Kong Skull Island, and he stared them down menacingly. Does that mean that there might have been a situation that happened there at the end of that movie you can see where they did actually capture Kong? Or
I'm pretty sure he's still on Skull Island. I'm pretty sure
the birth of Kong takes place after Skull Island, so
years in the future, modern day, I think.
I think the 90s. It's on the model.
Well, I'm not much of a comic book continuity kind of guy. I'm just.
What is it?
Movie.
What is it that you said? I didn't hear.
I said I'm not much of a comic book.
Not you, Samson. I said ETN. What was he talking about? I couldn't hear.
I said the Kong Birth of Kong, the comic book series, took place in I think the 90s. It's on the Monarch timeline. So Kong,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the 90s.
Pretty sure. I mean, the tech looked all futuristic to me, so that's what I thought, like modern day, in that comic.
Wow. Oh well. Either way, dude. Everything that's transpired since the latest Godzilla trailer has happened, I am just over excited about everything that's transpired. I'm just like, we have so many images of each of the monsters. I love the new memes we've seen online of Smog says, "I am fire, I am death," and there's like a picture of Ghidorah's 3 heads underneath it and says, "Move over, dude." it's so awesome, man. This is truly going to be one of the biggest movies of the year. I mean, even if it's not us Godzilla fans, of course, we're going to be nostalgic as all be it over this. But I think America in general, they are going to love this movie to begin with. I showed this trailer to my friends when I went out with them to dinner last night. They actually, like, I looked at their faces. I took the phone and I handed it to them so they could watch it on my cell phone. The looks on their faces, because I've memorized the trailer since I've seen it like a trillion times.
Right.
The looks on their faces as each part happened, which I could tell when each part happens. It's like, oh, that's the part when Rodan emitted from the volcano. Oh, that's the part where we see Mothra really close up. That's the part where Ghidorah does that like spike thing with his tail. They all, when I showed that to them, they gasped, and it was amazing to see that from people who are not big Godzilla fans like I am. And as soon as they handed me the phone back, and they both said, "Oh my god, I can't wait to see that."
yeah,
That fills me up with just like the biggest it's so amazing to hear people that are not as nostalgic about Godzilla as I am to say something like that.
To what I'm most excited for, and I think all Godzilla fans are excited for this too. You're gonna show those adults are gonna show their kids this trailer, and then they're gonna say the kids are gonna look at this and see big lizard with spikes versus a dragon with 3 heads versus a big pterodactyl bird versus a giant moth. And if I had nothing to know of Godzilla when I was a kid, and I were to see this immediately, my eyes would just twinkle, in glory.
Out of your head. I mean,
awesome. I mean, I can already think of so many kids back in 2013 that saw Pacific Rim and their minds were just blown. And I remember all the kids' reactions when they first saw it in the theater. They were like, giant robots versus giant monsters. Let's do this. And all the kids were just blown the movie. And I know that a lot of people, it wasn't the most talked about. Back in school, every kid wanted again and again. And I think that's what it is. A new film that will surprise the kids of our generation.
Aztec, let me stop you there because you're really, really bad. You can't like I can barely hear you at all.
You're low. Your audio is pretty low.
It's low?
But to add on to what you said, Samson, I showed the trailer to 2 kids at my school, and they always make fun of me liking Godzilla, and they said that they loved the trailer so much that they preferred it over the Avengers Endgame trailer. So.
That's a real shame to hear, too, because I'm sorry, who is the one that said this? Who's
E.T.?
E.T. I'm sorry that you had to experience something like that, because that's really oh my god, I'm sorry.
You're good.
That's really crappy for you to have somebody say that they think less of you for being a Godzilla fan, and yet they see this and they're like, oh my God, this looks amazing now. That's, of course, I'm pretty sure every single one of us, am I wrong? Every single one of us here can say we were that awkward Godzilla guy at one point in school.
I still
Right.
am that awkward
Yeah.
Godzilla guy.
I think half of us are still that awkward Godzilla guy.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't talk. I'm 27, so I'm not in school anymore. But I still remember the days where I was that Godzilla guy in high school. So
Yeah, no, I'm the everyone barely here in high school knows Godzilla, but the magical thing about it is when you actually speak out and talk about it, and they figure out. Like I was in video production class, and we had last 8 minutes to ourselves, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch this trailer for like the 200th time. And then this kid comes up to me, and then he's like, "Oh, you're watching the trailer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And then he points out all the names of the monsters, and I was like, "Yo!" And I knew this kid for a while. I'm like, "I never knew you knew Godzilla." And he goes, "Yeah."
So you actually were able to relate to somebody that you never knew in your entire life
No,
had anything to do with something like that.
I swear to God.
dude.
And I've been in.
And
school with this
are you
kid.
friends with this gentleman now?
Are you a fellow G,
I've
bro?
been in school with this kid since the 7th grade, and even though I don't talk to him as much, I was just playing the trailer out of nowhere, and he named all the kaiju, and he's never seen the trailer. This was his first time watching it when I was watching it in that class, and he was blown away by everything. He saw Ghidorah rise up from the smoke, his throat, like with the lightning, you can see, like, and then he was blown away.
Building up, and yeah, exactly. His throat like rising with the lighting up with the electricity inside of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was his favorite shot for sure. He saw him rising up, and he was like, "Yo, King Ghidorah," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "What'd you say?" He goes, "King Ghidorah." I'm like, "I didn't know you know who King
Most
Ghidorah
people
was."
don't even know that monster. Nobody knows that monster unless you're a huge guy. It's so funny to think that, like, well, except for my best friend and his wife, because quote unquote, I call them second-hand Godzilla fans, as if they've been bleeding off of the Godzilla-ness that I've been doing my entire life. But when I showed the trailer to my best friend and his wife last night, when we were eating Mexican food together at a restaurant,
Yay.
the look on their face, it was like I almost got chills off of their reaction. It was, I wasn't listening. They had the phone in their hands, and they were watching and listening to it themselves. But I almost got that epic chillness down my spine watching my friends enjoy this trailer and hearing them say, "Whoa, oh my God, look at that." I mean, just the way that they reacted to the trailer as non-Godzilla fans, it made me feel good.
Yeah,
it's like
that's
this hobby. It's not just for us. Other normal people can react to stuff like this, and they can get enjoyment out of it. It's like it's not. That's I don't know.
Hey, Aztec.
I'm speechless at this point. That's basically where I'm at right now.
Really quick.
by the way, if anyone ever decides to punk you around just because you like Godzilla, just like screw him, man. Godzilla is the most awesome thing ever, like for real. I mean, if you think a movie about a giant monster legit destroying the city is not cool, then there's something wrong with that person. So just ignore all that, just in case.
That's how I lens my entire
most coolest thing ever, but that's just my opinion.
I also find it interesting, like, all the people that say, oh, it's just a giant dinosaur destroying a city. Well,
Watch,
first of all,
show them the original. Show them how dark it is and
Yeah,
the message behind it.
but like the trailer,
there's so much more metaphor behind it, man. There's so much more dramatic destruction and chaos.
Samson, you ain't got no talk in this. You said that you like Godzilla versus Gigan over that movie.
Whoa!
I'm joking. Hey, shut up, man!
I'm joking. It's fine. I'm joking.
But
shut up. We'll get to that.